Hello students, in previous session we learnt about the factors on which resistance of a conductor depends on. In today's session we'll start with effects produced by electric current. Electric current can produce three important effects. These are heating effect, magnetic effect and chemical effect. We will now discuss the heating effect of current. The magnetic effect of current will be discussed in the upcoming chapters, whereas the chemical effect of current will be studied in higher classes. Now let's begin with the concept of heating effect of current. Heating effect of current. When an electric current is passed through a high resistance wire like nichrome wire, the resistance wire becomes very hot and produce heat. This is called the heating effect of current. I repeat, when electric current is passed through a high resistance wire, the resistance wire becomes very hot and produce heat. This phenomenon or this process is called heating effect of current. The heating effect of current is obtained by transformation of electric energy into heat energy. Thus, as mechanical energy used to overcome friction is converted to heat, in the same way, electric energy is converted to heat energy. We know that a battery or a cell is a source of electrical energy. The chemical reaction within the cell generates the potential difference between its two terminals. That sets the electron in motion to flow the current through a resistor. Or it can also be a system of resistors connected to the battery. We also know that to maintain the current in the given circuit, always there must be expenditure of energy with respect to the battery. That is, energy must be spent by the battery to move the charges across the circuit and maintain the current in a given circuit in a closed form. That is, to maintain the current in a given circuit, there must be some work done or energy has to be supplied by the battery. Now, where does this energy go? A part of the energy will be used to maintain the current in the given circuit, whereas the other part of the energy will be converted to heat energy. Now let us consider a simple example. An electric fan becomes warm if used continuously for long time. On the other hand, if the electric circuit is purely resistive, that is, configuration of resistors only connected to a battery, the energy continuously gets dissipated in the form of heat. That is, whatever the energy we supply will be mostly given out in the form of heat. And this effect is known as heating effect of electric current. That is, whatever the work is done by the battery or energy supplied by the battery will be coming out as heat energy. This is known as heating effect of electric current. This effect of electric current is being utilized in devices such as electric heater, electric iron to produce the adequate amount of heat required. Now let us consider current capital I flowing through a resistor capital R. Let the potential difference across it be capital V. Let small t be the time during which charge capital Q flows across. The amount of work done in moving the charge capital Q through a potential difference of capital V is given by V into Q. Now therefore, the source must supply an energy equal to VQ in time to maintain the current in a given circuit. Hence, the power input to the circuit is given by the formula P is equals to V into Q by T. And we know that Q by T is the rate of flow of charges that will represent current. So we'll have P is equals to V into Q by T. In turn, P will be equals to V into capital I. That is, P is equals to VI. Now we know that energy supplied to the circuit by the source in time t is equals to P into T. From the previous expression, we have P is equals to VI. Hence, the amount of heat energy supplied or the amount of energy supplied will be given by H is equals to V into I into small t, where I will be the steady current flowing, V will be the potential difference, and T will be the time. So H will be the amount of heat energy which is being generated across a resistor or a circuit, given by H is equals to VI T. V will be the potential difference, I will be the value of current, and T will be the time. Hence we have H is equals to VIT, expression for heat energy produced because of heating effect of electric current. If we apply Ohm's law for the equation H is equals to V into I into T, we get H is equals to I square RT. And this is known as Joule's law of heating. Joule's law of heating is given by the formula H is equals to I square RT. This law implies that heat produced in a resistor, H, is directly proportional to square of the current for a given resistance, and it is directly proportional to resistance of a given current, and it is directly proportional to time for which current flows through the resistor. I repeat, H is equals to I square RT is known as Joule's law of heating. This law implies that heat H produced in a resistor is directly proportional to square of the current. It is directly proportional to resistance of a given current. It is also directly proportional to time for which current flows through the circuit. That was about heating effect of electric current. Next topic, applications of the heating effect of electric current. The heating effect of current is utilized in working of electrical appliances such as electric iron, electric kettle, electric toaster, electric oven, room heaters, water heaters, geysers, etc. All these heating appliances contain coil of high resistance, and the resistance wire is made up of nichrome alloy. When these appliances are connected to a power supply by an insulated copper wire, then a large amount of heat is produced in the heating coils. That is because these heating coils have high resistance. But a negligible amount of heat is produced in the connecting wires of copper. This is because coppers will have very low resistance. That is, nichrome alloy will produce more heat because of their high resistance, whereas the copper wires will produce less heat because of their low resistance. For example, the heating element of an electric heater made of nichrome glows, and it glows red hot due to large amount of heat produced on passing current. But the cord or connecting cable of electric heater, which is made of copper, does not glow. This is because negligible amount of heat is being produced by passing current. I repeat the example. If you were to observe the coil of the heater, it glows red hot. That would be because it is producing large amount of heat. Whereas the connecting cable of heater, which is made of copper, is not glowing because it is producing negligible amount of heat. Next application. The heating effect of electric current is utilized in electric bulbs or electric lamps for producing light. When electric current is passed through a very thin, high resistance tungsten filament of an electric bulb, the filament becomes hot and it will emit light. Please note that the same current flowing through the tungsten filament of an electric bulb produces enormous amount of heat. But almost negligible heat is produced in case of a copper wire. This is because of the fact that tungsten filament has very high resistance, whereas copper wires, which are the connecting wires, have very low resistance. Hence, tungsten wires having high resistance will produce more heat, whereas copper wires having low resistance will produce less heat. Tungsten metal is used for making the filaments of electric bulbs because it has very high melting point of the order of 3380 degrees Celsius. It is also because of its high melting point, the tungsten filament can be kept white hot without melting away. The other properties of tungsten which make it suitable for making filaments of electric bulb are its high flexibility, low rate of evaporation at high temperature. And if air is present in an electric bulb, then the extremely hot tungsten filament would burn up quickly in the oxygen of air. I repeat, if air is present inside a bulb, then the extremely hot tungsten filament would burn up quickly in oxygen of air. And for this reason, electric bulb is filled with a chemically unreactive gas like argon or nitrogen, or sometimes mixture of both. The gases like argon and nitrogen do not react with the hot tungsten filament and hence prolong the life of the filament of the electric bulb. It should be noted that most of the electric power consumed by the filament of the electric bulb appears as heat, due to which the bulb becomes hot. Only a small amount of electric power is converted to light. So a filament type of electric bulb are not power efficient because most of the electric energy we supply is given out as heat energy, only a small portion is given out as light energy. So a filament type of electric bulb are not power efficient. On the other hand, tube light are much more power efficient because they do not have filament in them. Next application. The heating effect of electric current is utilized in electric fuse for protecting household wiring and electrical appliances. A fuse is a short length of a tin plated copper wire having low melting point. I repeat, a fuse is a short length of a tin plated copper wire having low melting point. The thin fuse wire has a higher resistance than the rest of the electrical wiring in a house. So, when the current in a household electric circuit rises due to some reason, then the fuse wire gets too much heat. It melts and breaks the circuit, due to which current stops flowing. This prevents fire in the house and also prevents damage to various appliances in house due to excessive current flowing through them. Thus, an electric fuse is very important application of heating effect of electric current. Next topic of discussion, electric power. Electric energy is used up and we see that the current is doing work. We know that the rate of doing work is called as power. That is, the rate of energy transfer or the rate of work will be called as power. So electric power is the electrical work done per unit time. I repeat, electric power is the electrical work done per unit time. Electric power is given by the formula P is equals to V into I, where P is electric power, V is the potential difference, I is the value of current. Alternatively, we also have formulas for power as P is equals to I square R and P will also equals to V square by R. The SI unit of electric power is watt, indicated by capital W. It is the power consumed by a device that carries a current of 1 ampere when operated at a potential difference of 1 volt. That is, 1 watt is equals to 1 volt into 1 ampere. Volt ampere will also be called as watt. I repeat, 1 watt is the power consumed by a device that carries 1 ampere of current when operated at a potential difference of 1 volt.